There have been a lot of times where I have had to share advice with people. Primarily, it was my job. I was the manager who was also the hiring manager, the training manager, quality assurance manager. I made my own title, so don't judge me. But my primary job was to help my team grow their career. And that meant having conversations about them as a person and where they wanted to go. And it also meant having to be the side seat driver in their car, this career vehicle that they were driving. But it didn't escape me as I was having these conversations with my team, how so many of them had no idea where they wanted to go, not only in their career, but in their life as well. And so that brings me to this point right now with you. Let's talk about it. Hello and welcome to Ladies Listen Up. I am your host, Gwendolyn, G.R. Houston Jack. Where do I want to start with this? Where do I want to start with this conversation of how so many people, when you ask them what they want in this world, who they are, where they see themselves in 3, 5, 10 years, that they come back with a question mark. I don't know. I've never really thought about it. I don't like the question. It's a hard question to answer. But is it? Is it? You know what got me when I was working with my team, asking them where they saw themselves in their career, and not 10 years, not 5, in just 1 year, just one, 12 months, 52 weeks. There was always this hesitation of saying out loud what they wanted. There was also this expectation that me, as their current manager, had the answer. I had a young lady tell me, but you're my manager. Like, you should want to know this. You should want to. Now, let me give you a little bit of context. Let me just do what I do and step back 1 second. There was this want to let me know about all of the things that was happening with her. There was this need to tell me certain things because I'm her manager. Kind of like a parent-child role, which is not what managing is, okay? I never managed people. I managed their careers. If you hire great people, they will do exactly what they're supposed to do. Let me leave that conversation for another day. In case you're having that issue on your job, But she kept telling me, but you're my manager. That's why I'm telling you this. That's why I want to show you this. That's why I want to be in your face 24/7, although I'm not there all the time. But that's why I'm doing these things. You're my manager. And I had to ask her, I said, well, I'm your manager today. What happens when I leave? And she was like, but we have a problem in this country that we create these really unrealistic, unsustainable relationships that lead to a certain level of infatuation, that we have this idea that this person is here and I am here, and therefore anything I do must be approved and come from this person here. Forget the idea that we are all mortal beings, and at any time, if the good Lord says, I'm going to call my child home, what? But she was really stumped. She had no idea how to answer the question when I told her what happens when I'm not your manager. Because I would ask her, what do you want to do with your career? Or what do you think I should do? Where do you see me? I kid you not. I let my team know I don't care what you do. Because your career is not mine. I don't care. My job is to help you reach whatever height you want to reach. That's my job. That's where my care and concern comes in. Providing opportunities for you to do what you want to do. That's my care and concern. What you do, I don't, hey, really. Because that's your life. You are grown. Has nothing to do with me. As I would tell them, my career is my own. Gwendolyn is focused on getting her career places. That's my care and concern. Getting my paycheck, getting my stuff done, my dreams, my aspirations. That's my concern. I'm not concerned about you. When I go home, I don't even talk about you. I'm not concerned about you at all. These are working relationships. When I'm here, I'm locked in because I'm clocked in. When I leave, I don't care. Believe it or not, I was one of the favorite managers because I was that good at my job. But let me focus. She couldn't answer the question. Her whole entire thing was somebody, somewhere is going to tell me what to do. Because her parents did it, the teachers do it, the other managers have done it. Everybody has told her what to do. No one, and I'm not going to talk about her parents because her parents probably did it, but you know, kids. But no one really said to her, the choice is yours. The choice is yours. So that is our message today. I am telling you to take leadership on your journey. You got to jump into it because the choice is yours. Is it fitting that now I want to throw out a couple of black sheep rhymes? Is that? I don't know. Well, you know what? If you know, you know. Okay. Let me get back to it. Let me get back to it really quick because I want to keep us together. We're on a roll here. She didn't know that she could make this choice. She didn't know. Her life thus far, and it's a young life, she was 20-something, has always been somebody will tell me what to do. But check it. I had people who were beyond her years who still had that mindset that somebody will tell me what to do. That how can I possibly have a decision in my own life, in my career? How is that possible? It is possible. The only person who can make any decision about your journey is you. I would tell my team, I was so matter of fact. Quick side note, if you ever get a Virgo as a manager, you may very well have a beautiful career because we're going to tell you some things. We're going to tell you exactly what you need to hear in the voice you need to hear it. because we are gracious. We are aware of our audience. But we also are extremely meticulous, and we observe all things. So we gonna get you straight. It's what Virgos do. But I digress. But I would tell my team, here is the deal. I am here as a side seat driver. That is my job. As a career coach, I am a side seat driver. Now, for those of you who have animated side seat drivers, you know what their job is. Their job is to be over here in the passenger seat, observing how you are driving. That's the job. The job is not to drive, but it's to say, okay, now you have a turn coming up in like 2 miles. Should be on Elm Street. A left turn on Elm Street in 2 miles. Or this car, I don't think he's gonna stop. He may not stop. You might wanna. We're side seat driving. And if you're like me, and you don't blow the horn fast enough, I will reach over and blow the horn for you. Yes, my husband hates me when I do it. I'm like, blow the horn. But I'm a side seat driver, which means this, as I told my team, if you do not put your foot on the gas and go, we go nowhere. We go nowhere. This car does not move unless you move it. You have to move it. And then when we're moving, where are we going? Now, are we out here just side seat driving and lollygagging and observing the world? Like, is this a Sunday stroll kind of thing? Or are we moving with intention? Is there a destination in mind? Because I'm good for a road trip. I am a road tripper. The hubs and I, we are road trippers. So I will plan for a couple of stops for gas and snacks, some of those photogenic places. I will do that. And I will, take my time getting there. I can make the pathway. Or if we're just gonna sort of be out there any kind of way, just sort of enjoying the moment, vibing out along the coastline of California or Oregon, I'm good. We can do that too. But let me know what we're doing so I can plan, because Virgos. And people were like, well, gee, I just wanna. But couldn't you tell me? This is where you are. This is where a number of us are. We are still waiting for someone to give us permission to live the life we want. We were trained that way. We were trained in elementary school and junior high and high school to ask for permission. Very few of us get the notion or the message or the lesson that you can do whatever your heart desires. You can choose to go down this path. Very few of us break free out of that. It's very defined, you must do this thing. And I get it. It is everywhere. I am surprised at the number of young people do what they do with the way that we train them to think. We don't train them to think. We train them to follow direction. We train them to give the right answer. We don't train them to look at stuff logically and with discernment and comprehend what's being put down. We don't do that. We don't do critical thinking. We don't force them to ask questions. Because God forbid if you ask a question. Don't ask me why, just. We don't do that. So for those who get that far, woo, hey, look at you. But this is where you are. You're here because you're like, you know what? I want something different. I want something different. How do I get there? That's why you're here. You're at that crossroads and you're saying to yourself, I keep having this want for something new, but the people I'm hanging around, they keep telling me it's ridiculous. I don't trust sharing my dreams with them. I don't trust sharing my aspiration with them. I don't trust them. Now, I could go down that pathway. I'm not going to today because that's not today's lesson. That's not it. Our lesson here is that you must recognize, and I'm using the word must. The choice is yours. It has always been yours. I get that people see their parents and their friends and those that they find influential, and they want so badly to impress them. There's probably a good reason for that. I don't know what it is. It's not what I do. But I also know that anything you do must be done for you first. Now, I understand that our society believes in impressing others. Look what handbag I have. Look what watch I have. Look what car I'm driving. Because somehow or another, that will, I don't know, get us favor, make us feel good, get us brownie points. I don't know. I do know this, though. Whatever feeling you get, it doesn't last long. When you are not doing things for you, the end result never lasts long. That joy, that happiness never lasts long because you're not in it for the right reasons. We have got to get to a place of recognizing that everything we do is by choice. You know how folks say, maybe you don't, because Gwendolyn enjoys a little true crime here and there. So I watch these stories, Snapped, First 48, all the news. And I remember this person saying, well, I had to do this because they wanted a divorce. And I had to do this because I couldn't let them just leave. I had to do this, like, time out. You had two choices. Maybe more than that. You had the choice of give your loved one the divorce or commit a crime. And in your head, committing the crime was the way to go. Oh, yeah, sure, because that makes sense. Committing the crime is always the way to go. Yes, of course. We have choices. Every single moment you get up, you have the choice to either be grateful for seeing one more day, or you get to bitch about it. Choices. There's always a choice. If you are working at a job right now that irritates you, that taps your last nerve, it is a choice to stay there. But gee, you don't get it. I have bills to pay, and we all have bills to pay. But you are choosing to be miserable because it's too much work, or it's too uncomfortable, or it's too fearful to get out and say, I want something better for me. It's a choice. There are always choices. There are certain places I don't shop because I don't believe in how they treat their employees. I don't believe in some of their policies in their employees. I don't shop there. So Gwendolyn has to go out of her way, go a little bit further, shop a little earlier to get what she needs. That is a choice. You got to ask yourself, what matters here? Right? Like, what do you stand for? Hopefully you stand for you. But hope is not a strategy. It is merely a wish without a plan. But these are choices. Sometimes, no, not sometimes, a good chunk of the time, anything you want takes work, takes effort. You may feel uncomfortable. It may be hard for a little bit, but if you want it, you're going to have to work for it. Anything worth having requires some work. And if you want the life that you want to live, that requires work. You're going to have to get in the trenches. You're going to have to get down in there and be like, okay, I'm about to do this. I am going to get out of this circle. And hear me clearly. I don't believe in getting out of your comfort circle. I believe in expanding your comfort circle. Because if you step out, you can step back in. We don't want to go back. We're not going back. Get out of it. Expand it. Pick up more skills. Be more brave. Get more energetic. Meet new people. Get out there. The only person stopping you is you. So let's do this, because it's about that time. Gotta do a little work. Just a little work. Now, we have been discussing choices. So where do I believe you should start if you're on this journey and you are ready to make this very big change? Number one, instead of asking or waiting for permission from somebody somewhere, give yourself permission to go for what you want. And you may have to write down on some Post-it notes. I do know that typically they do have these really cute heart-shaped Post-it notes, but you can find any other Post-it note that has some sort of affirmational message on it. But get a note or a piece of paper and write down, I give myself permission to live out loud. I give myself permission to pursue my wildest dream. I give myself permission to remove myself from toxic situations. I give myself permission to. Well, there's that. Put these notes in your car, on your mirror, wherever. It could be at the workplace. I give myself permission to. If Sally get out of line one more time, I'm going to cuss her out. No, don't do that. I don't know. I don't know about your workplace, but okay. It could be your last day. So if it's your last day, go out. You know what I'm saying? But don't do that. Leave yourself these notes in places where you can see them and be reminded of you giving yourself permission to make the choice of choosing you. Give yourself that permission, because that's where it starts. That's the beginning of it all. Give yourself that permission. The choice is yours. It has always been yours. Now, once you've given yourself the permission, number two, follow through. Go out there and do it. And instead of thinking what's the worst that could happen, I always tell myself, what's the best thing that could happen? Because again, this society, I don't know if y'all have noticed, because I say it a lot, but I don't know if you've noticed, we thrive on fear. Fear of missing out, fear of not having, fear of not getting enough, fear of falling over, fear of everything is fear. It's awful. It's awful. What are you afraid of? I'm not afraid of, like, why gotta be that? Why not say, what brings you joy? What's the worst that could happen? Why not say, what's the best thing that can happen? If I do this, the best thing that could happen is I get a 20% raise. If I do this, the best thing that could happen is I get to go to a job I love every day. If I do this, the best thing that can happen is I'll be recognized for my talents. If I do this, you see how that joy works? See how joy works? We're not fearing of missing out. I want to be in joy, operate in joy. Instead of saying, what are you afraid of? Say to yourself, what brings you joy? What do you want to do that brings you great joy? Because joy can be the motivator. I remember before I left my job, I was taking my film to the store. And I remember driving and saying to myself, one of these days, this will be my life. I can't wait until this becomes my everyday. See how the joy works for you? Joy can be your motivator. As a matter of fact, I am telling you, make joy your motivator. Let's stop operating in fear. Because it's not serving. It just gives you gray hair and wrinkles. Now, this gray right here comes from driving in Texas, but it gives you gray hair and wrinkles and stress. We don't need that. We don't need that. Let's operate in joy. The choice is yours. Give yourself permission, right? Operate in joy. So follow through. And then afterwards, because we have to do this sometimes, and I know you guys don't like writing stuff. I know that. But do a quick recap for yourself. Now, I have done this. Now, I know people are like, Gwendolyn, I don't want to talk to myself. Talk to yourself. All the greats talk to themselves. Because I know, hey. Okay. Do a recap. Because sometimes our ideas work out for us. And sometimes they don't. And that's okay. Because remember, we either are going to do it or we're not trying. So after we've done it, it's like, okay, so that didn't work out the way I wanted. And next time, I am going to do this. See how that works? See how it works? Don't do, you know what? See, that's why I didn't want to do it, because it never works. And you know how you have people on your shoulder who are always talking to you? I mean, I don't really believe in that, because I'm just saying. But for a visual, imagine these two different voices. One who's like, and that's why you shouldn't try stuff. And the one who's like, no, it's okay because this is living. Follow this one. This is living. Living is about stepping out on faith and having a good time until we figure out what it is that we're doing. That's all it is. So let's live it up. Remember, there are no mistakes. These are just learning opportunities. That's all. Learning opportunities. And since we're learning, there's one more thing you need to do. Give yourself the space and grace to grow and learn. Talk to you in the next one.